it's like I'm curious to see what's going to happen next. But at the same time, it's like, you know, I've grown to like, probably isn't the word. I'm invested in these characters, and I know that like things aren't going to end on a good note for them. You know, it's like I want to see where things go, but at the same time, I don't. I don't know, man. From the preview, we see that, you know, well, really at the end of the episode, we see that Kanan is going to move up from weed to now heroin. That's going to bring drama. Lou has unburdened himself to Scrappy's mom. And initially I thought that Scrappy's mom would just, like, you know, try to kill RAQ or something like that. But instead we see that she goes to the police. And Howard tips off RAQ. We then see Marvin grabbing up Lou and whatnot. My guess is that Lou is now a loose end and has to be dealt with. You know, this thing of like family killing family and stuff like that. It's insane, man. But when you think about it at the same time, I think like some of the nonsense in the original Power, like we just have to forget about that. But here in this context, like it's not beyond belief. Some of the things that we see happen here between like siblings and whatnot. But I feel like moving forward, I think you can see the breakdown of things, that Lou is now a weak link, and so he's going to be killed. Marvin has been sloppy with his dealings, and best case scenario is that he ends up going to jail. But I feel even that, something's going to happen and he's probably going to end up dying too. And ultimately, the only one that I'm less certain about is RAQ. As far as what exactly happens to her. We know that she's going to fall. But it's just a matter of, is it that she's now dead? Or is it that she's in jail? Or does she fall back on snitching and, like, it might seem like a wild guess, end up in like witness protection or something like that? Because we know that snitching is not out of character for her. So, I'm telling you, man, I don't think like a TV show should be getting me this stressed out, man. Because it's like I'm so vested in these characters, and obviously it's fictional and whatnot. But it's like you're so vested in these characters that I want to see what happens next, but at the same time, I don't want to see what happens next. It's like, you know, when you're a kid and like you're watching a scary movie or something like that, and you're sitting there with like the blanket pulled up, and like you pull it down to peek out to see what's going to happen, and then you cover your eyes again. That's like what's going on here, where it's like, I want to know what happens next, and I want to see how the story ends for these characters, but it's like at the same time, I don't want to see it, you know? But I'm apprehensively excited about seeing the rest of the season, you know? And I think that really the first and the second season were kind of different, right? And I liked both of them. But I would say that although we aren't fully through this season, and while I liked RAQ a lot more in the first season, I'm starting to feel like the third season is feeling like my favorite season. You know, just because of like the development with the characters, where their storylines are going. I feel like at this point, they've set up the characters. You have a good understanding of everyone and their motivations. So it's like, their characters are still developing, but this season is a lot more focused on the story. And it's just becoming more and more engrossing and exciting. And I'm like absolutely excited to see where things go from here.
Thanks for tuning in. To ensure you don't miss any episodes, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, go ahead and click the thumbs up button if you like what you saw, and go ahead and share it on social media.